Hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Folklore. This time we're going to take care of DLCs for Keats from 3rd chapter. Of course, it being the first chapter where you go to the Castle of Oblivion and whatnot underwater. We're just going to go to Arcadia.
Oh, okay. Good.
So this actually is seems like a continuation to one of the quests we've done before. Like you remember, we were using the Arcadia soldiers in order to defeat a whole bunch of bombears, right?
Yeah. So now people don't believe in bum bears anymore.
No, they don't. So now we do pretty much the opposite of it, where we can only use Bumbear and one other thing.
That sounds like it might be a bit of a hassle.
It's a lot less annoying than I initially thought it would be.
Oh man.
I like how Keats is actually able to understand everything he says, even though he says nothing.
Right. It's the glasses. You can see into his mind.
So yeah, in this mission we do actually get Maximilian with us. So I guess he was actually attached to the same DLC pack as this mission.
Huh. Neat.
And thankfully,
You're so mean.
Previously I have actually upgraded Bombear for no apparent reason. Like, I was just like, which one needs a bunch of kills? Well, this one. I'm not gonna use him ever. Well, thankfully I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, they only really give you one path to follow. And here I check if the save point works. And it does actually heal you, which is very nice and will come in handy. So yeah, I was... they also don't let you go to that room in case you have gotten the water folks and wanted to just get all of the stuff that you couldn't get before.
Right.
A memory stone, by which they mean you just kind of have to go around this level and destroy a whole bunch of crystals in order to unlock the way forward.
Oh, well, blowing shit up's easy.
Yeah. And this mission, in this mission, the stud muffin mode actually comes in pretty handy.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we only have 2 folks. So yeah, you see, I have him upgraded pretty nicely.
You just need to defeat 2 Gargantia with.
Yeah. What's also kind of funny, defeating Garganturas is a way to improve his. It's like the point of this mission, and also the way to level him up. But all things considered, it's already hard enough to deal with Garganturas with just those 2 as it is.
Yeah.
But thankfully we can do this. And now this. And most of our problems are gone.
I love that.
But yeah, thankfully I can just cancel it once most of them are done, so I don't waste it for when I actually need it more, which I will.
If only Ellen got a Super Sailor mode.
Yes, like if she would have. It's just such a shame that the animation has to be so choppy for him loading it in.
Right.
Kind of a shame. I mean, just imagine what's going on in all of those dropped frames. I also like how they just put firestones in there, so there is no way for you to actually open the way, simply because you're locked out of using anything outside of Gargantua, well, outside of Bambera and Maximilian.
Right. At least Maximilian is useful.
Yeah, he actually comes in pretty handy in this match, and I don't really imagine it being quite as manageable without him.
I think they gave him to you then. Like... I like that. He's like, oh shit, people.
I was like, okay, the way is still open. I'll just go there. But yeah, the only problem with Maximilian is that he is likely to miss pretty much everything that's very near him.
Yeah.
And also you get interrupted while charging, and considering how a lot of enemies around here will have range attacks, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Also, it's very hard to actually, with Maximilian, it's really hard to actually tell which enemies have actually been hit, or like which are going to get hit, simply because it just takes so long to get a good charge of it. You can just throw him out and just do one hit, but you know, if you're already exactly. If you're already pulling out the big gun, you better load it.
Right. And
Yeah, you can just do it like that. This arc is so hard to predict. Still much better than Gargantua.
Yeah. Better than the Ice Dragon.
Yes, everything's better than Gargantua or the Ice Dragon. Both of them being bosses. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of ironic how one of the very first bosses in the game, aka the Troll, stays useful for as long as he does, which
yeah.
is like pretty much forever when it comes to Ellen. And he still stays very useful for Keats. But you know, he also gets a lot more useful options. Thankfully, in this stage, it's in this mission, the enemies do not respawn. It's actually pretty unique to it. Like they don't just respawn when you leave and re-enter location like they normally would. They knew that you already have enough trouble getting through it.
Hooray, intelligent design.
Yeah, if only they applied more of that to Ellen's things.
Well, I mean, can you blame them? Keats is prime Husbando material.
That is true. We have no time to waste. Let's just let him die.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's basically going to follow you the same way as they did in one of those missions
Oh, good.
where you. So he's really dumb, but thankfully we don't have to deal with quite as many enemies. And I'm not actually sure if the mission. I don't think the mission would actually be failed if he happened to die. You'd probably just have to redo this room or just start from the save point. They wouldn't be this. They wouldn't be this mean unless it was Alan, of course.
Then they would just like destroy you, even though she's supposed to be like the main character.
Even though she already has it hard.
You're right. I still love that enemy folks can hit each other.
Well, I mean, this is a unique case in which he's actually my friend.
Yeah.
So they can hit him, but normally they wouldn't damage each other.
Okay.
However,
Shit.
however, what still stays true is that your folks do assume physical form, which means they will actually protect you from taking damage if they stand in between you and the enemy, like the troll does on so many occasions.
Yep. He's a trooper.
Yes, troll is great. He's like one of the most reliable shields you ever get, even though that's not his function. And I love it when games do things like that.
I think we might start having the cannonball.
Well, first I wanted to lower their numbers.
Yeah. Shame, these guys are so good at defending it. If I remember right, their power they give you sucked.
Well, no, actually, they're some of the more reliable shields there are.
Oh, really?
Yes. For both Keats and Ellen, they work equally well. It's full frontal defense, which is what you need in most occasions.
Which was the shield that sucked then? Because I know there was one.
That is the one that you get at the very beginning of the game. Which is a...
God! I love how he said that.
God. Cool. You aren't all that bad. So yeah, he pulled out the thing that we need. It's right there. And once we leave this location, it's going to actually update. It doesn't load in the other room to show it happening. But yeah, they don't actually put any other crystals in this entire location. So it's not really worth to explore. And for some reason they still show his life bar even though he's not around anymore.
He's become one with the area.
I was just making sure that that those doors were closed because well, the map would have you believe otherwise.
Right.
Now we can proceed, but what we are going to do is, yeah, heal ourselves because garganturas are a pain in the ass to deal with.
They're very mean.
Very mean, especially when you don't have anything other than the bomb bear. They're mean even when you do have other things to deal with them. Oh yeah, now we proceed forward. They actually placed it in the exact same place as when you faced it out the first time as a boss.
Huh. Of course the bum bear is scared, man.
And by scared, they mean they remove him from your roster. And now you only have Maximilian. This just got
up.
This just got a whole lot better. And sadly, Maximilian doesn't actually serve very well as a shield.
Messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, it's supposed to have been this way for millions of years.
With Gargantua, it was kind of funny. His cannon attack is probably his least scary attacking option, because pretty much everything else, from his little machine guns to just him ramming into you, does more damage overall.
Yeah. Right.
That was unfortunate. And that too. Another problem. The one thing that's kind of bad about the cannonball attack is that it's really unpredictable. Like, he doesn't actually aim for you; he just aims willy-nilly, and you may just happen to be in his way, and you will get hit. You may also be 5 miles away from where he was actually aiming, where there is nothing. Hello and welcome people back to... We're actually restarting this from a day later because the Skype just decided it's not going to work anymore. So we don't remember what we were talking about before. And let's keep it that way.
Nah. I don't know what you're talking about. We're totally doing... What? There was no issues. What?
No, this isn't a day later from what we were talking about 5 seconds ago.
No. I still love that. It makes it look like fucking Keats is sparkling while talking to the guy.
Totally. But yeah, I'm never sure if what this game does is like, does it pause the entire gameplay, or does it like take a screenshot of it to not like tax the performance, because I know some PS2 games did that. Shadow Hearts 3, for example, did that a lot for in the battle system, so that you could always have perfect 60 frames for the Judgment Ring, and so the game really shows what it's doing when you're playing it on the emulator. It will just randomly put some random picture there, like for example the menu or something completely unrelated. It's bizarre. So yeah, this place is bullshit. Mostly because, like, first thing you think is like, okay, so I'm going to aggro those guys up front here. But no, he actually reacts first.
Well.
And I don't think he will actually go out right over here. Or I just don't care to find out. So just get into the whole hell. Oh yeah.
mean, at least they're all bunched up in that little hallway there.
For a moment, yes. Ass. See, this is the most dangerous of all attacks. Just him
Just kind of lightly pushing you.
Just lightly pushing you when moving backwards is the most powerful of all techniques. Just never let him breathe. And one down the count.
And machine gun fire. Don't forget machine gun fire.
Yeah, machine gun fire is also the worst. It's just freaking insta-luns on the Archangel all over again. Shoot everywhere.
Nah, this guy can actually aim somewhat though.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, because I waddled them down a little bit beforehand, they do actually get down pretty easily. And thankfully, I don't have to do a mini game when dealing with those. No, let's just finish this in style. Because I don't feel like risking having to redo all of that and a bag of chips. And if you're wondering, both Bumbear and the Maximilian do the exact same attack. So it seems as though the attacks in the Stud Muffin mode are actually just based off of the element. Like, say, destruction element will be just this energy wave around you.
That glowing mystical red gem.
That we will never get.
Oh, what the hell? I wanted that.
No.
Dude, come on. Sheesh.
So that one guy we saved.
Chaos Emerald.
Mm-hmm. The yellow Chaos Emerald. Now we can just
Use
collect
Chaos
6
Control.
more. No, you need 6 more.
No, that's to go super. You use Chaos Control, I need 1. Right.
So yeah, anything else in this menu is pretty much going to be missions we've already done. So yeah.
Your reward will be question marks.
Yeah. And we can always do Netherworld Walk if we want to. I guess it just... I think it's just like just one type of reward. For like when completing it first, and then a different reward when completing it the second time.
Yeah,
This
probably.
is also something we have done. I wish those side quests were actually like put in categories of chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, because some of them disappear and some of them don't, and it makes it very confusing to know exactly what you have done just based off of the description, or if you have the reward listed, because both uncompleted side quests will have no reward listed, and sometimes they will have a reward listed, and those that you have completed will sometimes have and sometimes do not have a reward listed. depending on whether you completed it or fuck you. We're not giving you the reward listed whether you completed it or not. It just makes it pretty confusing, and the guys aren't very helpful on that. So yeah.